friends. Tonight, I'm going to share something that I still struggle to talk about. This happened to me in 2017 in an old hospital in Chicago. They say hospitals are places of healing, but when the patients die, something of them stays behind. What I saw inside that hospital still gives me nightmares. I was working as a night security guard at St. Mary's General Hospital. Most of the building had been shut down years ago, except for one wing that was still running. The rest of the hospital was dark, empty, and completely silent. One night while making my rounds, I heard the sound of a gurney's wheels echoing down the hall. But when I turned the corner, there was no one there. The 5th floor was closed to the public. It used to be the psychiatric ward, but that night, as I walked past the locked doors, I saw something impossible. The elevator stopped on the 5th floor all by itself. The doors opened slowly, and inside I saw a nurse. She wore an old-fashioned uniform from the 1960s. She looked at me, smiled faintly, and then vanished into thin air. I ran back to the security office, shaking, and pulled out old logbooks to see if there had ever been a nurse by that description. And I found her picture nurse, Margaret, who died in 1967 during a fire in the psychiatric ward. The strangest part, the file said she died on the 5th floor. A week later, I was sent to check the basement where the hospital morgue was located. The smell of formaldehyde still lingered in the air. I opened the heavy steel door and walked inside. Suddenly, every single freezer door in the morgue flew open at once. I heard whispers, dozens of voices, overlapping, crying, pleading for help. And in the corner, I saw her again. Nurse Margaret, standing silently, pointing toward one of the freezers. I gathered enough courage to walk toward the freezer she pointed at. I pulled the handle and inside was a folder, not a body. I opened it and my blood ran cold. It contained records of patients who had died during experiments in the psychiatric ward, patients who were never officially listed. Suddenly, the lights went out. The whispers turned into screams. And in the flicker of emergency light, I saw dozens of shadowy figures surrounding me. Their eyes glowed faintly in the dark. The last thing I heard before blacking out was a voice whispering in my ear, "You shouldn't have found this." When I woke up, I was lying outside the hospital doors. No one believed me, but I still have that folder. And sometimes, late at night, I hear the sound of wheels rolling down my hallway. This is my story. Hospital where the dead still walk the halls, searching for someone to hear their pain. If you ever pass by St. Mary's Hospital in Chicago at night, don't go inside.